Indian education system is more based on learning things. So when I went to the UK, and the process of assignments, the process of examination is so different that they are judging my creativity and they are judging my critical analytical skills, which is missing in India. I feel student life in the UK is more free. So could you explain anything about scholarship thing?
करते तो merit based scholarships होती हैं, but yes, the number is limited, right, and it is open to all the applicants and all the nationalities, so that is up to 100% as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
So what is the current scenario of accommodation there, and what are the different types of accommodation in UK?
What is the case in terms of the visa and the documents?
प्लीज कोई भी फेक डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमें कभी सबमिट नहीं करना चाहिए हाई कमीशन में. हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू स्काईलाइन स्कॉलर्स. काफी टाइम से आप लोग पूछ रहे थे किसी स्टूडेंट से बात करनी है जो यूके पढ़ा हुआ है, राइट? सो विद अस टुडे वी हैव वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट एंड आवर एक्स स्टूडेंट हर्षिता, वेलकम टू द शो.
Thank you so much, Tarun sir. I'm so glad to be here. How are you?
All good, and I'm very good now to see a smiling face of a student, right? And I'm really happy the way you have succeeded in your life.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that I chose Skyline Scholars for my abroad journey. And if I tell you about my journey, so as I always shared it with you, I always wanted to study English literature. It was my passion. And as UK is an important destination for the development of this language and literature, it was the perfect destination for me to go and study my master's there. So once I finished my bachelor's in English honors in Jaipur itself, I came upon Skyline Scholars and then I started my abroad journey.
Great. I'm so happy to see you happy, in fact. So how are things with the family?
Everyone is great. Now, since I've started working as an IELTS trainer, they're happy. I'm also publishing research journals and everybody is so happy that I'm happy in life and I'm trying different things, and studying in the UK have opened diverse opportunities for me. So I'm really happy where I am.
So, since you've been to UK, right, and you've experienced their culture and how they teach, so what difference did you find in Indian education system versus what you have experienced in UK?
So when it comes to my subject particularly, I do not know much about other subjects, but Indian education system is more based on learning things. So for example, if there is a poetry, and people who are studying literature would relate to me, we are taught certain themes and we delve deeper into it. But then we are always, we try to remember everything word to word, and we kill the creativity in that process. So when I went to the UK, and the process of assignments, the process of examination is so different that they are judging my creativity and they are judging my critical analytical skills, which is missing in India. तो मुझे हमेशा से वो कमी लगती थी यहाँ पे, कि क्योंकि मुझे रट्टा नहीं मारना है, मुझे उसको याद नहीं करना है, वो पोइट्री का पूरा एसेंस खत्म नहीं करना है, मुझे और उसमें एक्सप्लोर करना है. तो वो अपॉर्चुनिटी मेरे पास यहाँ नहीं थी, और वहाँ जब मैं गई तो वहाँ मुझे वो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कि मैं उसको और डिटेल में जाके, और with a better freedom of speech in academia, I could do it well. And if I talk about the schedule and all, I feel student life in the UK is more free. आप बहुत सेल्फ पेस्ड चीज़ें सीखते हैं. यू आर नॉट बाउंड टू अ पर्टिकुलर स्केड्यूल. आपकी क्लासेस भी इतनी ज़्यादा, यू आर नॉट इन टू द कॉलेज ऑल थ्रू आउट द डे. आपको और टाइम मिलता है कि आप और एक्टिविटीज़ कर सकते हैं, आप अपने तरीके से चीज़ें सीख सकते हैं, और जगह इन्वॉल्व हो सकते हैं. बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ है, not in terms of the university, but in terms of what the city has to offer to you generally. And what a lot many people ask me is if I went abroad with a scholarship. Now, as you know, I was too late to apply, and most of the scholarship had their own deadlines before I could start applying. And you explain all that process to me, and I was ineligible to apply for any scholarship then. Could you now tell me, like, if I plan again to go abroad, or if anybody in the audience who's listening to us, so could you explain anything about scholarship thing?
So there are different scholarships. I would say कुछ राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट की scholarships भी हैं, जैसे राजीव गांधी scholarship है, जिसमें up to 100% tuition fee plus आपके living expenses भी government bear करती है. But you have to make sure that you there is a list which they have published, that is top 150 universities across the globe. तो जिस यूनिवर्सिटी में आप अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो मेक श्योर यू चेक दैट लिस्ट.
Okay.
एंड देयर डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज इनकम वाइज आपकी फाइनेंशियल्स कैसे हैं उसके हिसाब से स्कॉलरशिप मिलती है. अनदर स्कॉलरशिप इन द यूनिवर्सिटी इज अ मेरिट बेस्ड स्कॉलरशिप, राइट. सो अगर अपन यूके यूनिवर्सिटी की बात करते हैं, दूसरी कंट्री की यूनिवर्सिटी की बात करते हैं तो मेरिट बेस्ड स्कॉलरशिप्स होती हैं, बट येस द नंबर इज लिमिटेड, right, and it is open to all the applicants and all the nationalities, so that is up to 100% as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
श्वेता, एक चीज याद आई, डू यू रिमेम्बर जब अपन ने अकोमोडेशन के लिए अप्लाई किया था and you were not able to find any accommodation, so what is the current scenario of accommodation there and what are the different types of accommodation in UK?
It is indeed difficult even today, and it is so very important that you apply on time. There are various kinds of accommodation. So one is a university accommodation. Now, generally, a lot of students have this confusion that if it is a university accommodation, it is in the same building as the university. It is not necessary. So that does not affect your travel cost. If the
इंडिया के हॉस्टल्स की तरह नहीं होता है,
हाँ,
जैसे जिस यूनिवर्सिटी में आप पढ़ रहे हो उसी यूनिवर्सिटी में आपको रूम्स मिलेंगे.
हाँ, there are certain universities that do like that, but it is not compulsory for all of them to have it in the same building.
Is there a fixed time that you have to reach your accommodation and this is the time you cannot be out of your accommodation?
No, I don't think so. और मैंने तो private accommodation book किया था. Though the building looks like a hostel and everything is available there, ऐसा कुछ time limit का हमें नहीं है. And that is what I said, that we are more free than what we do in India. So I chose a private accommodation which I booked through Skyline Scholars, and I really liked it because कोई ऐसा rules नहीं था, कुछ compulsory आपको करना नहीं है. And I was living in a shared accommodation or a flat wherein my room and my bathroom was en suite, private, and I was sharing kitchen with 4 other people. So it was a wonderful experience. And if you want to go to, or if somebody wants to choose a university accommodation, I feel वो थोड़ा dicey है because, so for example, if I'm going to the September intake, so the university will not confirm the room till the first week of September. तो मैं इतना wait नहीं कर सकती हूँ. Like by the time you land there, I would always suggest that you have your accommodation plan, because I've seen बहुत सारे students ऐसा करते हैं कि हम वहाँ जाकर थोड़े दिन रह लेंगे कहीं होटल में या Airbnb में, and then we'll go and search for an accommodation. I think that is the most improper and wrong approach.
Okay, so you mean they should book the accommodation before they fly to
Right,
UK?
definitely. And even if they're taking a rented apartment, I think if you're going for the first time outside, it is not a good option, because then you feel more homesick, you feel more alone. And if you go to an accommodation, either in a university accommodation or a private accommodation, you have people to see around, you make good friends, they host different kinds of parties and get together, so you meet people. So that is a good experience in comparison to renting a flat.
Right. So एक चीज और है, in fact, which is a very common question of the student. Is post-study work visa really required? What is the importance of post-study work visa? Because आप एक अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ लिए, right? आपको डिग्री मिल गई, but practical exposure लेने के लिए कितना ज़्यादा जरूरी है post-study work rights?
I think it is important, और शायद मुझे लगता है इसीलिए UK is a preferred destination for many other students, क्योंकि वहाँ पे graduate visa मिलता है. Post-study work visa is also called graduate visa. So once you are done with your studies, when you do masters, you get 2 years of post-study work visa in the UK, and it is good to explore. You can try different kinds of jobs. You can try looking for a permanent position in a company, and you can look for sponsorships. तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मैंने आज जॉब अप्लाई किया और मुझे आज ही कंपनी स्पॉन्सर कर देगी to live here and then I can apply for my PR. It is, if you're lucky, good. If you're not, then it is good to have a 2-year work visa, graduate visa. So it is a good option to explore, and I think ये अच्छा है उन लोगों के लिए जिनको थोड़ा IT, corporate वगैरह explore करना है. And even in terms of people like me who are doing things in academia, it was difficult for me because I only had a master's. So I can, of course, try in publishing industry, I can try in schools and all, but I always wanted to pursue a PhD further. So I came back for a while. So I think it is an important thing to consider graduate visa.
Yeah, that's right. So मेरा भी यही मानना है, in fact. सो पहले क्या होता था, एक दो तीन लोग, बहुत कम लोग जाते थे राइट बाहर, बिकॉज ऑफ फाइनेंशियल्स एंड एवरीथिंग, लोन्स हो गए, इतनी सारी चीजें काफी आसान हो गई हैं स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. सो इवन पीपल फ्रॉम मिडिल क्लास फैमिलीज, दे कैन प्लान एंड they can go
Right.
overseas, right? So getting a degree, I would say, really does not hold any value. Anyone can go and do it, but main thing is how you utilize your post-study work. Zach, what skills have you learned? Even if you come back to your home country, those skills would be an add-on to your profile.
Definitely, they are. I think it is a great opportunity for you to pay back your loans if you are on an education loan and you get a lot of experience. और थोड़ा आपको ये भी idea लग जाता है that if you are able to survive and settle in this country in those 2 years, so if it is difficult for you and you feel no, India is good and I want to be closer to my home, in these 2 years you can explore and you can come back. And if you get an idea, okay, I can settle here, I can make more money and I'm much happier here, then through this graduate route you can then apply for sponsorships if you find any suitable job. मुझे कुछ पूछना था सर, जब मैं वहाँ थी तो मुझसे बहुत लोगों ने ऐसे पूछा कि आप MOI के थ्रू आए हो, आपने MOI लिया था, तो what is this thing all about MOIs and it is so in fashion these days?
So MOI is basically a medium of instruction.
Okay.
So if your medium of instruction in your whether bachelor's or your year 12th is English, so certain universities give you IELTS waiver. तो उसमें आपको IELTS एग्जाम नहीं देना पड़ता है.
Oh.
So this is the main thing about MOI. इसकी बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट यही होती है कि आपके जो 10th के मार्क्स हैं that should be about 70%.
Okay.
So for some universities it is 75% as well. So they just want to see whether are you proficient in this language or not. So that is one of the reasons.
Okay. But I appeared for IELTS and I thank Skyline Scholars.
Yeah, I remember you took our classes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a wonderful experience. और मैं तो suggest करती हूँ सबको कि IELTS का training course लेना चाहिए. Why? Because even if you are very proficient in English and you know advanced English, the exam has certain marking criteria which we as common man do not know. Right. So it is good to have a trained expert who tells you the marking criteria and then you can follow some tricks and techniques and, you know, score better marks. And not just that, when you go abroad, you meet people with different kinds of accents. So if you're going to the UK, it does not mean that you only have people, British people and British accent. You have people coming from different walks of life. So it is good to take IELTS. It acts as a good practice test for you to live there and have a comfortable life, have good conversations, and you can communicate well. So it's good to have IELTS.
You should. I would always recommend people to go for IELTS. Another reason is आज MOI ले लिया,
Right.
IELTS से बच गए, UK पहुंच गए, right? IELTS जनरल भी तो देना पड़ेगा ना, जॉब करने जाओगे.
Oh, is it? तो अगर आप MOI के थ्रू स्टूडेंट बन के गए हो, स्टूडेंट वीजा पे गए हो, तो फिर अगर आपको जॉब अप्लाई करना है तो you need to write IELTS general
Yeah,
exam.
IELTS general training आपको लिखना पड़ता है if you want to work in an English speaking country.
Oh,
So it's not just for UK, it is there for all English speaking nations.
yeah, right. All right.
So that is the purpose of that exam.
Okay.
So हर्षिता, एक ऐसा बैरियर बताओ या फिर एक ऐसी चीज जो आप यूके जिस दिन आपने लैंड किया, या कोई कल्चरल शॉक भी अपन उसे बोल सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई इंसिडेंट है जो आपको याद है जो पहुंचते आपके साथ हुआ हो?
Cultural shocks तो बहुत है and every day you get to explore something new. But I remember I did not have a UK SIM card and I landed there around 11:40 in the night.
Okay.
So it was very difficult for me to book a cab. And if you do not have a SIM card, it is difficult for you to even book an Uber and airport taxi. So it was a rush time because I went to the September intake. So that was a bit difficult for me. So it is good to have a SIM card. And I feel like you and many other consultants, they do help in acquiring all of these things. And in terms of cultural shocks, they do not talk much. And हमारे यहाँ कैसा होता है, if you are traveling in a public transport, somebody sitting beside you will ask you something and then you'll begin a conversation. Uthar, they are not so interested in you, not interested in anybody, they mind their own business. एक तरीके के लिए अच्छा है, but again it has a flip side that you feel so lonely. So it was a bit weird for me that everybody is sitting in the tube, which is their metro. So everybody is sitting quietly looking at their phones and nobody is interested what's going around in the world. So that was the cultural shock that I faced on day one. And after that, you go on exploring something new every day.
सो दिल्ली मेट्रो की आदत हो गई है सबको, इतनी शांति पसंद नहीं है, थोड़ा सा धक्का वक्का हो रहा है, सो वो फन नहीं मिल रहा है, ज्यादा डिसिप्लिन चल रहा है वहाँ पे।
They love queuing up.
राइट राइट। सो एक और इंसिडेंट है, अगर बहुत ज्यादा थैंक यू बुलवाना हो आपको, अगर शर से
Of course.
गेट खोल देना उनके लिए, तेरा खोलोगे सॉरी है थैंक यू आपको मिल ही जाएगा।
Right, they do. And I like it. Another cultural difference there is that they always, if they need to, ask for something, or if they're even asking you a direction for some place, they'll always say, hi, how are you? I'm looking for this. So they have this trend of greeting. If they're ordering a coffee, they'll go and say hi. And the other person on the counter will also say hi. So this was something interesting.
इंडिया में ऑपोजिट होता है, किसी को बिना जाने अगर आए बोल देते तो शायद लड़ाई बड़ा ये थे। सो हर्षिता, व्हाट made you choose UK as your study destination, and did you see any other countries as well before finalizing UK?
Oh, yes, I was definitely looking for the USA, but I was a bit confused about it, and their master's program is very different. So UK was preferable because one, they had a 1 year of master's. Then again, I was studying English literature, and that is the hub of it. That is where it all started. So I found it a better destination to study literature. Other than that, I was studying modern and contemporary fictions. I'm talking about my particular subject, and I think they are quite advanced in it. और मुझे एक ये चीज़ बहुत अच्छा लगा उनका, which doesn't happen in India. So suppose a book got published in July 2023, they'll have it in their course by September or October 2023. How quick they adapt. और इधर हम थोड़ा 10 years तक we study the same syllabus. So that was something interesting, and that really helped me explore different things in my subject. So that is why I chose UK. And again, 1 year of masters was something fascinating. It was quick to be done. So yeah, that is why I chose UK.
Yeah, so since you're talking about this, how adaptive they are and how quick they are to involve new things in the course, you're absolutely right. So I have met so many professors, right, from different universities, not just UK, from Australia, Canada as well. So I asked them, how do you design the course?
Yeah.
Right. So they always say it's very, very simple. So what they do is they talk to employers,
Okay.
right, and then checks with them what skills do you really need in a person or in a student. So they will teach you those skills only in the course, updated skills which they require. So from day one you are employable. इंडिया में अपना सोच के चलते हैं ना, एक कंपनी में जा रहा हूँ, 2-3 महीने नौकरी जब कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे को ट्रेनिंग मिलेगी, राइट? ट्रेनिंग का कोई कल्चर है नहीं बाहर. सो दे एक्सपेक्ट दैट यू आर जॉब रेडी इफ यू हैव earned a degree from a very good university.
Right.
So this is their understanding.
That's amazing, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah, so this is one of the factors which differentiates people who have studied domestically in India and a person who has studied overseas.
Right.
So this is a differentiating factor.
सर मैंने तो जैसे सिर्फ आइल्स दिया, पर मैंने बहुत कंफ्यूजन देखा है स्टूडेंट्स में रिलेटेड टू जीमैट, जीआरई. तो मुझे लगता था जीआरई सिर्फ यूएसए के लिए दिया जाता है और जीमैट शायद सब जगह एप्लीकेबल है. तो इसका क्या सीन है?
आई वुड नॉट से कि ये स्टेटमेंट सही है, पार्शली सही है अगर जीमैट जीआरई की बात करें तो. सो एक मिथ ये है कि यूके में तो चाहिए ही नहीं होता, राइट?
Yeah.
सो कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की बात करते हैं, जैसे आप इंपीरियल की बात कर लेंगे, ऑक्सफोर्ड की बात कर लेंगे, राइट? आप एलएससी की बात कर लेते हैं, एलबीएस की बात कर लेते हैं. एंड इन फॉर सम कोर्सेज इन वॉरिक आल्सो दे नीड जीमैट और जीआरई एग्जाम, राइट?
ओके.
सो इन दोनों का डिफरेंस थोड़ा सा ये है, अगर आप मैनेजमेंट रिलेटेड कोर्स कर रहे हैं तो आपको जीमैट एग्जाम देना है, और आप इंजीनियरिंग या कोई टेक्निकल कोर्स कर रहे हैं तो आपको जीआरई एग्जाम देना है. सो इट इज ऑलवेज गुड टू चेक the entry requirements of the university,
राइट.
which is the authentic information about their entry requirements. तो आपको हमेशा वहीं से चेक करना चाहिए. बट यस, ये दोनों ही एग्जाम अडेप्टिव होते हैं. अब आप पूछोगे अडेप्टिव क्या होता है,
राइट.
राइट? अब आइल्स में जैसे आपने आइल्स एग्जाम दिया है, राइट? सो एक क्वेश्चन अगर गलत हो जाता है, ठीक है, तो अगला क्वेश्चन जैसा है वो वैसा ही रहेगा, उसके डिफिकल्टी लेवल में कोई चेंज नहीं आएगा। अगर जीआरई जीमैट एग्जाम आप दे रहे हैं, बहुत स्मार्ट है, राइट? आपने अगर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर सही किया, सो अगला जो क्वेश्चन आपके पास आएगा उसका डिफिकल्टी लेवल ज़्यादा होगा।
Oh, okay.
और अगर आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन गलत होता है तो उसके आगे जो आने वाले हैं क्वेश्चंस, उनका डिफिकल्टी लेवल या तो एट पार रहेगा या उससे कम रहेगा।
Okay.
बट इससे ग्रेडिंग पे भी फर्क पड़ता है। जितना डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आप आंसर करोगे उतने ही आपको ग्रेड्स ज़्यादा मिलेंगे।
Okay.
So this is the
That's
difference.
interesting.
But specifically, yes, GRE GMAT टिपिकली यूएस और कनाडा के लिए यूनिवर्सिटीज प्रेफर करती हैं। बट अगर आप टॉप नॉच इंस्टीट्यूशंस में अप्लाई करोगे, सो आई वुड रिकमेंड, अगर टॉप बिजनेस स्कूल कर रहे हो, टॉप आईटी से, कंप्यूटर से रिलेटेड यूनिवर्सिटीज आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो दीज एग्जाम्स आर मस्ट।
Okay. And in terms of the visa process, is it the same for like all countries? The visa process for UK or USA? मैंने सुना है बहुत लोग डरते हैं कि स्पेशली इन केस ऑफ USA कि वहाँ बहुत अनसर्टेनिटी है, अप्रूवल होगा नहीं होगा. In terms of UK, people are a bit relaxed. So what is the case in terms of the visa and the documents? Because it is a messy process, it is chaotic, it is lengthy, and of course confusing.
सो सारे कंट्रीज का जो वीज़ा प्रोसेस है या डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कह लो, या जिसपे पोर्टल पे अपन अप्लाई करते हैं, वो अलग होता है, राइट? कुछ बेसिक चीज़ें हैं जो हर जगह सिमिलर रहती हैं। बिकॉज अगर आप स्टूडेंट वीज़ा अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो कोई भी कंट्री सबसे पहले ये देखती है कि क्या आप जेन्युइन स्टूडेंट हो, राइट?
Right.
So your intent is just to study, or are you looking forward for an immigration channel? So हमेशा स्टूडेंट वीज़ा जब भी अपन अप्लाई करेंगे, किसी भी कंट्री का हो, your intent should be very very clear that you are going there to study, right? To gain exposure, and then you have to show them that you have intentions to come back to your home country. अब intentions में क्या क्या हो सकता है? फाइनेंशियल टाइज हो सकते हैं अपने कंट्री के साथ, पर्सनल टाइज हो सकते हैं अपने कंट्री के साथ। आपको उनको ये भी बताना पड़ेगा आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ दिस कोर्स मेरे पास क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज होंगी। इट शुड बी वेरी वेरी
Right.
डिटेल्ड कि ये डेजिग्नेशन मिलेगी, इतने की मेरी मंथली सैलरी होगी, इतने की एनुअल सैलरी होगी। अगर यूके जा रहे हो तो जीबीपी में कितनी होगी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जा रहे हो तो एयूडी में कितनी होगी। तो ऐसे अपन देखते हैं। बट मेन चीज इज उनको जो देखना है वो है आपके फाइनेंशियल्स।
Okay.
यूजली मैक्सिमम कंट्रीज में आपको 1 साल का फंडिंग दिखाना होता है। सो 1 ईयर ऑफ ट्यूशन फीस, 1 ईयर ऑफ योर लिविंग एक्सपेंसेस, सब कंट्री के अलग अलग गवर्नमेंट ने डिसाइड करे हैं, राइट? तो आपको दिखाना होता है, दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग। एंड अनदर थिंग विच दे चेक इज जेन्युइनिटी ऑफ योर डॉक्यूमेंट्स। सो प्लीज कोई भी फेक डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमें कभी सबमिट नहीं करना चाहिए हाई कमीशन में। काफी सारे एजेंट्स होते हैं, अच्छा गैप आ गया, आप इसका ये वाला डॉक्यूमेंट लगा दो। अरे डॉक्यूमेंट मत लगाओ, आज आपने उसे भेज दिया, कल पीआर अप्लाई करेगा बच्चा। उस टाइम जब वेरिफिकेशन होगा तो उसको वहां से डिपोर्ट तो किया ही जाएगा, दूसरी कंट्रीज का भी वीजा कभी नहीं लगा पाएगा।
And that is why I feel it is so very important to have a genuine consultant. क्योंकि अभी जैसे इतना सब डिटेल्स तो मुझे नहीं पता है, तो you need somebody to guide you and also to help you throughout the process and to have genuine documents so that the student does not face any problems. Because अभी इतने immigration cases होते हैं, students are being deported. तो I feel इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा important role है is to find a genuine consultant, and I'm so happy to have done this process.
So thank you Harshita for being with us today, and it was really nice interacting with you.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I came here, and it feels so good to talk my heart out. And I'm so glad that Skyline Scholars helped me throughout all of this process. And I think I'll be using their services, and I'll recommend it to more people because you made my life easy before going and even after landing there. So I'm really thankful for that.
We are glad. Thank you Harshita, and stay tuned for more interesting podcasts from Skyline Scholars.